There she is. Oh, good.
And I need to be
We need the local fire.
there. They need helping and assisting the community members right now. And so that's where we're at right now. Thank you.
Counselor. And next up we have from the Assembly Manitoba Chiefs, Grand Chief Myra Wilson.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. I just want to acknowledge Vice Chief Kelly Linklater, Counselor, as well as the rest of the leadership that are here today, to the counselors that are with us, and to the Chief, Chief Bear, and also Chief Spence of Tatasquiac, and all of our other leaders that are currently dealing with wildfires in the region. Within Manitoba, we have so many community members that are being evacuated right now. And I acknowledge our leadership that are assisting their nations, Chief Monias, Chief Hart, and Chief Anderson, who has stepped up, and many other leaders that are assisting with all of their resources. I know there are chiefs that are coming together and supporting the evacuations with transportation and accommodations and many other ways that they can support the First Nations that are dealing with the wildfires right now. So my thoughts and prayers are with every single person that is being evacuated right now. And I know that this must be a very difficult time for everybody, for families. And, you know, we see on social media right now many people that are essentially trapped and have no way out right now. And it's unfortunate that what we are dealing with right now is we're waiting. We're waiting for our people to be removed from unsafe and, you know, within the, I guess, within this crisis that we're dealing with right now. When we think about what Vice Chief, there are 2,300 people in his community right now that they're waiting to leave, that they are wanting to be in a safe space. They are wanting to be somewhere where they're not having to deal with smoke. I just think of the elders and our children and just everybody that is just sitting there and waiting, and they shouldn't be waiting. Why are these people sitting there waiting to be rescued, to be evacuated? And this is a problem. This is one of the many issues that we're seeing right now. We are in a state of emergency, and you have a community that is in a life-threatening crisis right now. 2,300 people are stranded in a community that has no road access. You know, conditions are deteriorating. You know, we've been informed that the only way out right now is by helicopters. Only 6 people can go in a helicopter at a time. And when you think about the magnitude of 2,300 people and 6 people at a time and how long that's going to take, and we don't know what the conditions are, what they're going to be. We don't know. We can't predict that. And so we need to move quickly. The province needs to move quickly. ISK needs to move quickly. Canada needs to move quickly. Red Cross needs to move quickly. Everyone needs to take this seriously, because right now we have people that are stuck in a community with no way out. And this is a problem. And so we need to make sure that everyone is taking this seriously. I know that everyone is doing their best, but it's not good enough right now. We have people that are waiting in the community to be evacuated. What are we doing? We are allowing for these people to sit there and wait. I know that the Canadian Armed Forces is a part of this whole evacuation plan, but what is the plan? When are you gonna go and get these people out of the community right now? What are you doing? Nobody is communicating with us. Nobody is communicating with our leadership. If people were communicating leadership, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be having this press conference. This is an issue. We have people that are waiting to be evacuated. Please take this seriously. When we're talking about all levels of government, you have the resources. Take this seriously. We need to get these people out. We also know that Tatasquiac right now, They have been without power. You know, they've been without power for many days now. I believe they've been out of power since like 10 days ago. How can you be in a situation where there is no power? You know, communities are requesting generators, they're requesting fuel, they're requesting all of these resources to keep their community members with all the basic necessities to be able to survive in an environment that is life-threatening. So why are we taking forever to get these resources to these people? I have communities that are asking for fire suppression equipment. They're asking for water pumps. They're asking for hoses. And when we're asking for this equipment, we're not getting any response. The response that we're getting is, yes, we're sending it. Yes, we're sending it. But we still haven't seen it. We still don't know where the equipment is. And so right now, you know, we have communities that have no electricity. They have no electricity. They have no water. They're running out of fuel, running out of food. They're needing generators. And yet we have elders, children, families with medical conditions that are trapped and they have no way out. So this is a problem. And we need to make sure that everybody is taking this seriously. And that's why we're here today, is that this is an issue. And so right now we also see that there are evacuees being placed all over the different cities, even out of province. And we need to make sure that these people are being welcomed. And this is a responsibility that an organization has taken it upon themselves to do that. If we had oversight on this, we would be ready, waiting with open arms. And in some places, this is not happening. My understanding is that we know there are some people that are stuck in a hangar in one of the northern communities, and there's no accommodations, there's no beds, there's no showers. This is an issue. And so we can't wait for paperwork. We can't wait for jurisdictional issues or debates on who's paying for what and who's doing what. We need to move. Lives are at stake right now. This is not to cause any sort of chaos or stress or anything like that. We are doing what we can as First Nations leadership here for you. We're all here for you. But now it's everyone else, province, feds, ISK, Canada, Red Cross. You need to step it up. You need to move quicker. We're waiting on you. And I'll leave it at that, miigwech.
Next up, we have Grand Chief Jurisdictional from Manitoba, Wildfire,
Egusani, kinaskumit now, hanutsagisigar, nitutemag, nitisanak. As we sit here this afternoon, the crisis continues to unfold in our First Nations and in our MKO territory. It is apparent that the situation is volatile and that we are here to ensure and to emphasize the fact we need to get our people out. We need to get them out now. They have waited for days. They have waited too long. And the situation is not getting any better. And we are here and to stress how critical this is to every level of government. The urgency of the situation needs to be emphasized to all levels of government. We as leaders have been on the phone with our people all day, even to the latter part of the evening, listening to the desperation, listening to the anxiety that is being felt because they are there. Only they know how that feels. We are on the outside looking in, but they are there with the fire surrounding them. Our people should not be subject to that kind of situation. It is simply not acceptable. So it's time to bring these people out. These are unprecedented times, and we have to use unprecedented measures to save our people's lives. What we're doing here is trying to save our people and bring them to a place of safety. We're doing all that we can as leaders, as the voices for our First Nations, but we need our partners to step up and ensure that we have the resources to be able to move our people out. No excuses, no ands, it's, or buts. We have to get our people out. They're waiting for us. They're waiting on us. We cannot let them down. Let's do this. Let's get our people out. Egusani.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Willie Moore, Manitoba AFN Regional Chief, here in solidarity with our colleagues, the leadership, our organizations, the communities, from Matthias Cologne Cree Nation, Pimchigamak, Marcel Cologne Cree Nation, and the Norway House as well. And from time to time, time and time again, we hear the same rhetoric. We are working on it. I forgot the taskback, so I've been to taskback as well. Time and time again, we hear the same rhetoric. Yes, we are planning out. We spoke with Chief Spence today. She had notified Indigenous Services Canada and Red Cross. Like there was no power in their community 2 days now. We want to be proactive. We want to mobilize. We want to get out. But there was no plan in place from the organizations that that is responsible for that. It's about time, Manitoba and Canada come together, because we're always a jurisdictional hot potato. It's the province's responsibility, Canada's responsibility. Even when it comes to safety, the safety of lives in the communities. 2,400 people, the taskback. Close to 3,000 Matthias Cologne. And they mobilizing the people from Pimchigamak, from Norway House. The numbers was 17,500. And it's about time, and the two parties, take action, because that's what the communities deserve. Lives are at stake, like I had mentioned in the previous press conference. Fort McMurray, Canadian Armed Forces, nobody had to make a call. Deployed, thousands and thousands of people on the ground to assist. No rail line, no airport, no supplies going to the community. The kudos to the leadership of MCCN, Matthias Cologne Cree Nation. They went above and beyond, to find companies, specifically aviation companies that had planes available to transport their people out of their community, because they were tired of waiting for the parties responsible for that action. But on account, who's going to pay for it? At a severe crisis like that, we still got the leadership from the communities have to wait for the green light before they proceed, such as transportation. So those are realities that the leadership face. We talk about Red Cross relief effort. In comparison, war-torn countries come to our lands, get treated well. Our people, comparison to the service delivery, not even close. That's unacceptable. So like we say, enough meeting with the leadership of the communities deserve action. And that's what we told them when we just come back from a meeting with all parties involved. ISP, Red Cross, Manitoba. And we wanted decision makers at that meeting, present at that meeting. Ministers, RDGs, vice presidents, because that's what the leadership deserve. You want answers. You want action. Sandy.
And our last speaker, we invite Councillor Constant from Matthias Lone Cree Nation.
Just got to give myself a second. I'd just like to address our people in Puckatawagan. Like, we just came out of a meeting with all levels of government, and we are trying our best to put our plea forward, to be heard, and we thank the leadership at the table that are standing with us. You know, the call went out days ago while we had an airstrip. We asked, we pleaded, it fell on deaf ears to come and get our people out. And then the weather changed. You know, the fire came towards our airport. It took it out of commission. Prior to that, our trucks, our main rail, like our main mode of transportation into our community was already compromised. There was no way we could have bought supplies in. You know, and then it went back to our airline. The wind shifted. It took that out. So now we're asking, we appreciate all the efforts that are coming in right now with the helicopters. But like Grand Chiefs have spoken, we need more. We're trapped. As councillors, we take the calls from our people, from the mothers, from the grandmothers, from the men, from the women, the elderly that are trapped, sitting there waiting to be rescued. And the lines of communication are broken. What answers do we give our people? We're here. We're trying. We will get you out. Now, Canada, don't wait until we start losing lives. Like Grand Chief spoke, do better. We matter. Our people matter. So we're trying. If you look at the map, we're on a peninsula. We have nowhere to go. You know, our people are resilient. They're resourceful. We have the best people, like sitting at the nursing station. We have great people. They're doing their best with what little limited resources they have. And we're ready to jump on a boat and go to the water, but to where? To where is what I'm asking. You know, simple supplies, get them in there, help our frontline workers, help our handful of committed firefighters that are putting their lives on the line every day for us. Our community members are out there helping them. We would be out there too, but we can't go in. You know, we have to sit here and wait. So with all my being and with all my prayers, get our people out. And I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank all of you for coming together and helping us, because we need to be heard. And with that, people of Puck, you guys are the best. You know, we're going to work on it. And I don't even like the words to be patient. We can't be patient. We need action. We need action now. I don't even know how to end off. My mind is just going 100 miles a minute here. But I think I've relayed the most important thing is we're stuck. We're stuck. We're trapped. So please get our people out. Thank you. I was on a meeting, a Zoom meeting at lunchtime, and our chief relayed just a little while ago too that it's still closed. There was zero visibility. The smoke has gotten so bad that, you know, like the people with conditions with chronic illnesses, they're stuck indoors. And how do we get help to them when we're running low on fuel? You know, our people have gone out to clear areas for the chopper landings. They're networking, they're doing and moving as much as they can, but we need our airstrip to get the bigger aircraft in. And that happened like literally in a day where we were already asking to get our people out. You know, that window closed and it closed fast. So what's the excuse? That's what I'm going to say. What was the excuse for the days prior when we could have had that?
And are there any more aircraft aligned to come there?
There may be aircraft sitting there waiting, but they can't land now. You know, the debris, the closeness of the fire, it was choppers, helicopters is the only available aircraft at the moment to get in. And at the rate of 6 to possibly 13 people, depending how big that chopper is, how long is that going to take? You know, and where are they coming from? Thank you.